Ready to lower.
Lowering, watch the stern.
Clear.
2.5 miles beneath the restless surface of the North Atlantic Ocean, where sunlight has never reached and time itself seems to slow, rests a ship that changed history forever. Here, in complete darkness, surrounded by crushing pressure and eternal cold, the RMS Titanic lies in solemn silence. The ocean above her roars with storms and currents, yet down here there is no sound, only memory. This is not merely shipwreck. This is a frozen moment of human ambition, luxury, tragedy, and loss. On the night of April 15th, 1912, the Titanic, once the largest moving object ever built by human hands, vanished beneath the waves. Over 1,500 souls were lost, and with them, the illusion that technology had conquered nature. For more than 7 decades, the Titanic remained hidden, untouched, and unseen, preserved by darkness. When she was finally discovered in 1985, she revealed not just steel and rust, but stories etched into every rivet, corridor, and shattered deck. Now we descend, the final resting place. The Titanic rests approximately 370 miles southeast of Newfoundland, Canada, in the cold abyss of the North Atlantic Ocean. At a depth of nearly 12,500 feet, the pressure here exceeds 6,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush steel, collapse submarines, and erase any trace of human life. The ship lies broken in 2 main sections. The bow, proud and recognizable. The stern, shattered and chaotic. They rest nearly 2,000 feet apart, separated by a vast debris field, what explorers now call the breakup area. This silent graveyard stretches across nearly 3 square miles of seabed, scattered with personal belongings, machinery, furniture, and fragments of a once magnificent liner. The bow, a ghost still standing. The bow of the Titanic appears almost dignified, still upright, as if she attempted to sail forward even in death. Her massive anchor chains remain locked in place, each link weighing nearly 200 pounds, leading back toward the windlasses that once hauled them. These chains, 96 tons of forged steel, still tell the story of readiness, of a ship prepared to face the world. The forecastle deck reveals cargo hatches, winches, and rust-covered machinery. The steel winch at the base of the fallen mast once lowered cargo into the ship's holds cheese, rubber goods, oak beams, and thousands of mail sacks bound for North America. Beneath this deck lie the cargo spaces, now dark voids filled with silt and silence. Our Royal Mail steamer. The prefix RMS Royal Mail steamer was more than a title. Titanic carried nearly 3,500 sacks of mail, entrusted to dedicated postal clerks who worked until their final moments, attempting to save what they called precious cargo. Letters written with hope, love, and anticipation now lie scattered across the ocean floor, their destinations forever unreachable. Promenade of privilege. The first-class promenade deck was a symbol of wealth and elegance. Enclosed by glass windows, it allowed passengers to stroll in comfort, protected from harsh Atlantic winds. The upper windows shielded promenaders from heavy seas. The lower windows opened into luxurious suites, private balconies overlooking the ocean. More than 2,000 portholes once dotted Titanic's hull, held together by over 3 million rivets. Each rivet, hand-placed, now succumbs slowly to rusticles delicate, icicle-like bacterial formations that consume iron molecule by molecule. The grand staircase. Once the heart of Titanic's luxury, the grand staircase rose through 6 decks, crowned by an iron and glass dome that flooded the space with light. It was the main entrance for first-class passengers, a cathedral of craftsmanship, oak paneling, wrought iron railings, and carved cherubs. Today, the staircase itself is gone, collapsed, dissolved, reclaimed by the sea. Only surrounding walls and ghostly outlines remain, hinting at its former grandeur. The bridge. Command lost to time. The bridge deck once guided Titanic across the Atlantic. Now only fragments remain. The bridge flooring, once timber, was destroyed during the sinking. What remains is the bronze telemotor, a mechanical heart that once translated the wheel's movement into rudder action. Manufactured in Edinburgh, The telemotor stands as one of the most haunting relics, a symbol of control that ultimately failed against nature. Nearby were the controls for watertight doors and telephones connecting to the lookouts. 6 iceberg warnings were received that night. Only 2 reached Captain Edward Smith. The final warning arrived at 11:30 p.m., just 9 minutes before impact.
Titanic was driven by 3 massive steam engines producing over 50,000 horsepower. 2 reciprocating engines powered the wing propellers. A central turbine drove the center propeller. 29 boilers fed these engines, burning nearly 6,000 tons of coal. Hundreds of stokers, known as the Black Gang, shoveled coal by hand, enduring unbearable heat deep within the ship. Boiler room number 6 was the first to flood. Today, these boilers lie scattered in the breakup area, each weighing over 90 tons, frozen in the positions where the ship tore itself apart. Luxury below the waves. First-class passengers enjoyed amenities unheard of at sea. Heated swimming pool, Turkish baths in Moorish style, electric baths and massage rooms, elegant dining salons, reading and writing rooms. The Turkish baths shimmered with ceramic tiles framed in teak, segregated by gender and available for a modest fee. These spaces were designed to create the illusion of a luxury hotel, not a ship. A country house gone to sea. The wireless room. 3 rooms housed Titanic's Marconi wireless system: sleeping quarters, machine room, dynamo room. Messages crackled through the night, warnings, distress calls, hope. In 1912, sending a 10-word wireless message cost $3. Some messages went unheard, some were ignored, some arrived too late. Between bow and stern lies chaos. Broken china, pots, pans, coal, suitcases, shoes, and clothing litter the seabed. Explorers call one area Hell's Kitchen, a haunting scatter of galley equipment frozen in time. Another region, the coal fields, still holds black fuel that once powered dreams. Every object tells a story. Every item belonged to someone. The stern of Titanic is barely recognizable. Torn apart by implosion, twisted by pressure, it landed in a chaotic spiral. Unlike the bow, which filled gradually with water, the stern trapped air. As it descended, pressure crushed it violently from within. Steel peeled open, decks collapsed, machinery shattered. This was the ship's final scream. Rusticles continue their slow work. Scientists estimate Titanic may fully collapse within decades, yet her story will never disappear. She rests not as a monument to failure, but as a reminder of ambition, innovation, inequality, courage, and consequence. 2.5 miles beneath the North Atlantic, the Titanic does not sleep. While the Titanic was celebrated as a marvel of engineering, beneath her polished decks lay a stark reflection of early 20th century society. The ship was divided not just by decks, but by class. First-class passengers lived in luxury above. Second class experienced comfort and respectability. Third class, immigrants, laborers, families chasing a new life, were housed deep within the ship. These divisions were physical, social, and ultimately fatal. When disaster struck, access to lifeboats was not equal. She remembers, third-class accommodations were located on E, F, and G decks forward, and D through G decks aft, far from the open air. Though modest, Titanic's third-class facilities were considered superior to many ships of the era. Passengers slept in shared cabins, dined in communal rooms, and spent their days dreaming of America. Yet when water began pouring in, narrow corridors, locked gates, and confusion slowed escape. Many never reached the upper decks. At 11:40 p.m., Titanic struck the iceberg. The collision felt subtle to many, more like a vibration than a crash. In the boiler rooms, stokers felt the jolt instantly. Water surged in, steel plates buckled, rivets popped. The iceberg tore a series of small gashes along the hull, fatal not because of size, but because of length. 5 compartments flooded. Titanic was designed to survive 4. Titanic was equipped with 16 watertight compartments, separated by steel doors that could close in under 25 seconds. From the bridge, officers activated the system. Doors slammed shut, but the bulkheads did not extend high enough. Water spilled over from one compartment to the next, like ice trays overflowing. The ship was doomed. Confusion on deck. Above, passengers were told there was no danger. Some returned to bed. Others laughed, played cards, or watched ice drift past. Few lifeboats were filled to capacity. Lifeboat number 6 left with only 28 people, less than half its limit. The idea that Titanic could sink seemed impossible. Lifeboats and lost chances. Titanic carried 20 lifeboats, capacity for 1,178 people, over 2,200 souls on board. Even if every boat were full, hundreds would still be left behind. Originally, Titanic was designed to carry 64 lifeboats. Regulations did not require it. Luxury demanded open decks, not clutter.
Davits and design failure. Mechanical arms known as davits lowered lifeboats. Titanic's davits were capable of handling up to 48 boats, yet only 20 were carried. 2 collapsible lifeboats sat uselessly atop the officers' quarters, out of reach. Design had outpaced foresight. The Black Gang, heroes below. Deep within the ship, stokers fought rising water. They stayed at their posts, keeping the boilers running to maintain power and lighting. Many drowned where they stood. Their sacrifice bought precious minutes for others. History rarely remembers their names. The last wireless calls. The wireless operators sent distress signals into the night. CQD, CQD, SOS. Nearby ships heard them. Some responded. One ship, the Californian, remained silent. The Carpathia was 58 miles away. She raced through ice at full speed. The ship breaks. As the bow filled with water, Titanic's stern lifted high into the air. The strain became unbearable. With a deafening roar beneath the waves, the ship snapped in two between the 3rd and 4th funnels. The bow plunged forward. The stern hovered briefly, then fell. Descent into darkness. The bow descended relatively intact. The stern did not. As it sank, trapped air exploded outward. Pressure crushed steel inward. Decks folded. Engines tore free. The stern spiraled violently before slamming into the seabed. Impact at the ocean floor. The bow struck first, burying itself nearly 60 feet into sediment. The anchors now appear almost to touch the seabed. The stern landed later, shattered, twisted, broken beyond recognition. Between them, debris rained down for minutes. Silence followed. The aftermath above. By dawn, only lifeboats and bodies remained. 705 survivors were pulled from the water by Carpathia. Over 1,500 were gone. Many lifeboats returned half-empty. Some never returned at all. When the lifeboats reached New York, their nameplates were removed. Their final whereabouts remain unknown. Discovery, 1985. For 73 years, Titanic remained lost. In 1985, a joint French-American expedition finally found her. The discovery was not of the ship itself, but of her debris field. Following a trail of wreckage led explorers to the bow. Titanic was no longer whole. Rusticles, the slow death. The wreck is being consumed by bacteria. Rusticles, fragile, rust-colored formations, hang like icicles from every surface. They eat iron. They erase detail. Scientists estimate Titanic may collapse entirely within decades. The ocean is reclaiming her. Memorials in the deep. Plaques have been left. Shoes rest side by side. Suitcases remain unopened. No bodies remain, but their absence is louder than presence. This is a grave. Closing, a lesson written in steel. Titanic was not defeated by an iceberg. She was defeated by arrogance, speed, and belief in invincibility. Yet she also represents courage, sacrifice, and humanity in the face of death. 2.5 miles beneath the North Atlantic, the Titanic still tells her story. The ocean claims all. Down here, at 12,500 feet beneath the surface, time has no meaning. There is no sunrise, no sunset, no seasons. Only darkness, pressure, and silence. The Titanic rests in this eternal night, slowly dissolving into the seabed, steel returning to earth, memory returning to myth. Yet every expedition reminds us, this is not a ruin. This is a preserved moment of history. Personal objects, frozen lives. Scattered across the debris field lie shoes, often found in pairs, leather still intact. These are silent markers of where bodies once lay before currents carried them away. Suitcases remain closed, spectacles rest where they fell. Bottles, combs, keys, watches stopped forever at the moment time ended. Each item belonged to someone who had a name, a family, and a future. A ship built of contradictions. Titanic was a triumph of engineering and a failure of imagination. She had advanced watertight compartments, powerful engines, skilled crew, yet she lacked sufficient lifeboats, proper emergency planning, respect for the ocean. The ship was marketed as practically unsinkable. Nature proved otherwise. Captain Edward Smith was one of the most respected mariners of his time. Titanic was meant to be his final voyage before retirement. His quarters now lie crushed and buried. His bathroom, once elegant, has collapsed, the bathtub filled with rusticles. No confirmed eyewitness saw his final moments. Some say he went down with his ship. Others say he saved a child. The truth remains with the sea. The lookouts without binoculars. High above the deck, in the crow's nest, Frederick Fleet stood watch. He had no binoculars. They had been locked away before departure. At 11:40 p.m., he rang the bell 3 times. Iceberg right ahead. It was already too late. The crow's nest itself is now gone, torn from the mast during the sinking. The funnels and whistles. Each funnel was fitted with steam whistles. In thick fog, they could sound automatically, blasting every minute. On Titanic's final night, those whistles fell silent. All that remains today is an oval smoke uptake where funnel number 1 once stood, a hollow echo of what once powered a giant. The propellers, frozen motion. At the stern, one massive propeller still dominates the seabed. Its blades are bent, possibly from impact. Each propeller weighed over 38 tons. They no longer turn. They no longer push forward. They simply endure. The double bottom and torn hull. Titanic was built with a double bottom hull, a safety feature meant to protect against grounding. It could not save her from a long, slicing wound. Large sections of the hull lay torn away, scattered like broken bones. The ship did not fail at one point. She failed inch by inch. The wireless room. Voices into the void. The wireless room now lies crushed beyond recognition. Yet from this small space came the most famous distress calls in history.
Come at once, we have struck a berg. Those signals changed maritime law forever. 24-hour radio watches became mandatory. Enough lifeboats for all became law. Titanic saved lives after her death. The Carpathia and the survivors. When Carpathia arrived, the sea was calm, too calm. Bodies floated among wreckage. Survivors sat in shock, wrapped in blankets, clutching nothing. Some never spoke again. Some spoke for a lifetime. None forgot. Myth, memory, and misunderstanding. Over the decades, Titanic became legend. Films dramatized her, books romanticized her, songs mourned her. Yet beneath the myth lies a simple truth. Most deaths were not dramatic. They were cold, silent, and lonely. Modern expeditions, a fading giant. Each year, the wreck changes. Decks collapse, railings fall, cabins cave in. Robotic submarines capture images that may never be possible again. Scientists believe the wreck may structurally collapse within 20 to 40 years. The Titanic is dying again. Should we visit or let her rest? Some argue the site should be left untouched. Others believe documentation is preservation. The debate continues. But one truth is clear. This is a mass grave. Respect is not optional. The final silence. No bells ring here. No voices echo. Only the slow drip of rusticles and the distant movement of deep-sea currents. The Titanic does not call for attention. She waits. Closing monologue. 2.5 miles beneath the North Atlantic, the RMS Titanic lies broken but not forgotten. She was a promise of progress, a monument to ambition, and a lesson written in steel. The ocean took the ship, but it could not take the story. As long as we remember, as long as we listen, the Titanic will never truly sink.